years away from here. Why would they send them here? To mess with us, to torture us every day. War, famine, and all kinds of shit, diseases and anger and fight and bullshit. It's all like that, always. We haven't been at peace for a long time. Check it out, this image of the moon, they have this huge disk with 2 other 3, 4, 5, 6 smaller objects. There's another one on top of the moon. And there is another image of the moon behind the moon, underneath. Look at that, right there. That bluish deal, that's exactly like the moon. It's like a photocopy of the moon. And then look all these objects that are right there. And then that white disk, the sun, a little bit bigger than the moon. So look at the second image of the moon right underneath. It's like a holographic projection. But it has the same columns. You can see the damn freaking columns. Those vertical deals that I just showed in space. I mean, I don't see any investigator talking about any of this. I don't know what's wrong with their eyes, but my God, after seeing this shit for 14 years, you start to wonder how the world these people miss all this stuff. And they have their eyes fixated on one little structure here or there. The hell, man, what's wrong with you? They don't see any of this. That is worrisome. Or either they don't want to talk about it, or they cannot see it, or something. That dude, Stephen Greer, he's a funky, funny, weird dude. He doesn't talk about Dr. Berggruen at all. In fact, very few people knows about him, apparently. And they don't want, they only talk about the cylindrical object, but they don't talk about nothing else. And if you read that book, you have to know that there's a lot more than just the cylinders, the cylindrical objects. There's gonna be a picture here showing the space deal again. There, look, there it is. Look behind the astronaut. Look at the deal behind the astronaut. The same deal in space. Vertical tubes showing the same thing, and there is this gigantic object on top of it. A huge cylindrical object, I mean ultra gigantic, but look at what's underneath or behind her. It's on the moon, in front and behind, next to it, all around. Look, this picture, the same thing. Look, check it out in space. The exact same thing. All these vertical, crystalline, translucent deals. Well, that's the same picture from another angle of that white disk in front of the moon. It's bigger than the moon. So that's an object there that is just enormous, taken by the Apollo 13. But nobody talks about that. Look at that. The same columns, look. These are pictures from telescopes. And they can see the same crystalline structures. Why nobody talks about that, I don't know. This is a graph about, look, that's the picture on top of the moon. Look at that. There they are. The crystalline deal that covers the entire solar system. These things. So effectively, or if you are inside the fish tank, they can control everything, your mind, your eyes, everything, your own existence. Like I say, why would they send the freaking fallen angels down to Earth? Oh, you know, they could send them to a black hole somewhere and in the Sagittarius constellation or something. No, they send them down to Earth. Why? So the whole thing is a different deal. You have to start thinking about something totally different. If they are these fallen angels, demonic shit, then they are messing with us badly. Because we have been at war and all kinds of bad crap is going on all the time. Why? Why we're being punished like that? Look at that. The same thing. Look at this. Well, even more clear. You can see structures right there in the space. Same in this picture, right there. The exact same thing. Look, another picture of the moon. Boom! There they are, the columns. Crystalline columns. Look at this image. And look, they are all over the moon surface. These things, you can see them, you know, sticking into the moon. The same crystalline things. I mean, what's wrong with people, man? Look at this. There you go. That's in space around the moon and whatever. Look, the same tubes, the spherical objects, they're everywhere. That picture, that clip from Jose Escamilla, Luna documentary, that showed this white streak of light coming from that stuff. It looked to me like the real universe is very bright and not this dark shit, smoking looking deal that we see from Earth. Like I said, we are being fooled with projections, holographic projections. And look, check it out, this structure looks almost solid, translucent. And this object comes from that thing. When that mission STS-75, when the tether appeared, they were starting with the experiment immediately. The objects appear and cut off the tether to examine. There's a picture of actually one of those objects. It looks like a dark mass on top of the tether. It's like it was examining that thing. Look, the columns right there around that spacecraft. Let me brighten up this image. There they are. And this is like right above the moon. That's the entities right there. Or what appear to be the entities. They look really demonic looking, son of a guns. So we might be just seeing shit that really is not what it is. And the military-industrial complex knows that, they know a lot of stuff, and they probably cut a deal with these demonic-looking things. And they all worship these shits on how you have to do something. All these people in Hollywood and politicians and shit, they all reptilian possessed. that dude that does this video about their fingers and their faces and that shit. Oh my God. Believe me, the deal is not how we think it is. We've been fooled. There's something entirely different. Look at this shit right here. This is a huge cylindrical object on top of the moon. I mean, this thing is enormous. Just look at the size of that crater. And that thing is like way bigger than all of that. Talking about a large ass object, cigar shape. But you just don't know. That might be just a foolish holographic projection that look real. Man, if we can produce holographic shit that looks solid, imagine what they can provide, what they can do. Look, that's a head right there with a face. Right down there. Look at that. And there's another bigger face right there. Look at that. And their faces everywhere, but in the end, it's all geometrical patterns intersecting in such a way that look like faces. Now, I've seen a black head carved in the moon in a picture. I don't remember if I posted that video, but it looked like a black man. It looked like a black man crossed with Sasquatch. As a gorilla man with a big fat lips and shit, but it's... And then Dr. Bergen said that he saw 3 black dudes, that they were at least 11 feet tall. He says 7 conservatively, because he measured the doors, and he said those things were larger than the door frames. Somewhere in, I don't know where it was, in California, somewhere. And he said the Apollo crew was with them, the Apollo 11 crew. So believe me, these people are not telling us nothing. And they will never tell us anything, because people will just shit. Will just freak out and, oh my God, what are we gonna do? Well, I don't think there's much you can do. Pray to the Creator. I know that when you don't eat meat and your heart is clean and you have peace inside yourself, and you don't mistreat animal or anything, this entity will respect you. They won't harm you. Somehow there's something we're doing really wrong, and it has to do with that. These emotional deals, extreme emotion, they latch onto you. Look at this shit right here in red. The structure, but it's in space. Check it out. Well, that's another thing. This entity loves colors. Look at the cylindrical object and the spherical object sticking into that thing. And that's a space above the moon. So think about it.